It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you for having me. My name is Aaron Jones, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Epic AI, described by Wired as the world's most intelligent video model that can see and hear in real time, transforming the way that people communicate. For a moment, I'd like you all to just think about someone in your life that makes you feel really understood. Perhaps a mentor, a family member, a close friend, someone that has made you feel like you've been listened to. And I want you to think, could AI ever make you feel the same way? That is the big question of today. Can AI replicate and emulate the human experience? And if it can, how is it supposed to respond? Empathy is a very, very human feeling. It's a very human thing. But we take it for granted. The ability to understand someone's story, their narrative, and to communicate with them in a way that conveys that. If you tell an AI, I've had the worst day of my life, how should it respond? Should it respond like your mother, like your best friend, like your wife, your husband? Very complicated. And as this evolved, this is a big, big question that humanity needs to answer, because the ability to actually detect emotions is here. The next frontier of AI is moving from IQ to EQ, from the ability to process large amounts of data and give us the right words to understand the context in which they fit. And as this happens, we'll find ourselves with lots more questions. But it's not so hard to imagine, because we teach children from a very young age what it means to be happy. This is sad, this is happy. We teach them the words to describe the feelings that they're feeling. So is it really so difficult that AI would develop this capability too? And if AI does develop this capability, how will that look? Will the AI all of a sudden become aware? It's very hard to imagine an emotional AI that can understand us, because we know the magic trick. We know how large language models work. We know that they're really good at just predicting the next word. We know that emotional recognition is about the patterns in the landmarks, the points on our face as they move. We know that it's not so magical because we know how it works. But when you combine that capability with a large language model that can understand the words and the way to communicate to everyone else, all the things it's seeing in real time, that really, really takes us to a whole new place. So just to quickly unwrap, how did we get here? Taking a quick journey through the human interaction, the history of human interaction with computers. So to start with, it was all very, very manual. Punch cards and keyboards and mice. It was all very, very manual. You would interact with the computer and it would give you very often an invalid response. It was all very mechanical. It wouldn't do anything unless you told. And you would sometimes get the answer you wanted. You sometimes wouldn't get the answer you wanted. And as this has evolved, 2006, you had the iPhone, the touchscreen. It transformed the way that people communicated with their phones. All of a sudden, you had a mini processor and you had things like the App Store, the ability to do way more with a phone than was ever possible. And the expectation rose. And people had incredibly high hopes of AI in the future. And then we had things like chatbots, the very first version being Glibby, and the second version, the decision trees, which are very disappointing. And also voice was very disappointing to begin with. So as the AI evolution has evolved, people's expectations were quite low until ChatGPT came. And its ability to put words and meaning to the words that it was outputting, and the ability to truly convey a message and an idea that was meaningful changed the game. And this is because of all the research that's been happening under the hood. I won't go into too much detail, but the reason that we can do this today is because of things like AlexNet, a deep learning revolution, the ability to map landmarks in our face using YOLO and other methods, and text-to-speech. We probably remember Microsoft Sam, the voice, the computer. I see a few nods, a few giggles. The space has been developing for a long time. And then there's automatic speech recognition. The first ASR system, the ability to recognize by a computer what humans were saying, was developed in 1970. It could recognize 16 words, and it's been in development for a very long time. And now we see the generative era, and all of this stuff is coming together at such a rapid rate. There's never, ever, ever been a time like this when all these fields were developing so fast. And this is also giving us things like edge computing now. When we're asking ourselves questions about data. Should OpenAI, should Anthropic have everyone's data? Or should these models be small enough and efficient enough to run locally on our device? Emotional intelligence is evolving fast. This is just a short video here of me interacting with a free service called Morsecast that runs on the edge, on your browser, and can detect emotions with pretty good accuracy, as well as gender, demographics, and other things. And this is free. Any marketer or an advertiser can take this and build it into their advertising campaign. It's here and it's now. But there are, considerations around ethics, and there are considerations around contextual challenges. This is what large language models help bridge. The ability to convey what someone is feeling, the ability to gather consent, and the ability to have a conversation with every single user. It's here and it's now, and it's all coming together into a new created mix. The ability for large language models not just to understand what we're telling them visually, verbally, and through video, but to also output back to us text, audio, and video. And it's creating this whole new class of interactive creative, this whole new way of interacting with the world and services through AI. This is just a short video that I'd refused. I wanted a live demo, but the Wi-Fi is being a little bit temperamental. So I'm going to show you a video of me talking to an avatar that's on our platform about You'll notice that the AI is responding in real time, not just to what I'm saying, but also to what I see.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. It's nice to meet you. We are currently at the creative economy stage, and I'm excited to share with you the amazing schedule of international speakers we have lined up for LEAP 2025. What brings you here today?
Well, I'm just here having a drink of a coffee, and I was just wondering, with the badge type I have right here, what talks am I allowed to attend? Can you see my badge?
Ah, nice to meet you, Aaron. Congratulations on being a speaker at LF 2025. As a speaker, you should have access to most of the talks and events. Let me see. With your badge, you should be able to attend all the sessions on the Deep Media stage.
Okay, that's good.
And the creative.
Can you tell me who's talking about creative AI today?
Ah, that's a great topic. Today, at 17:30, Mohammed Al-Husseini, an assistant professor at KWASF, will be giving a presentation on creative AI, pioneering the future of artificial creativity. You might find that really interesting, especially given your background as the co-founder of Epic AI. Would you like to know more about his talk or the other sessions scheduled for today?
I did root him. So
let's. I want to show people your computer vision abilities. Can you maybe tell me what you can see in my hand? What is this?
I can see that you're holding a black tissue box in your hand. Is
Great.
that what you wanted to show me?
That was it. How about this? What is this?
It seems you've put the tissue box down, but I don't see what you're holding now.
How about
Could
now?
you please show me? I can see that you're now holding a black landline phone receiver to your ear.
But what's actually
Yes,
happening
sir.
here is every second we're taking several frames and uploading them with the LLM, and it's able to understand and interpret the world around it relatively quickly, as you can see. And it's giving birth to this whole new type of experience, interactive, generative experiences. I think we're going to hear this term a lot in the next couple of years, especially in marketing, especially in creative development, this idea of interactive, generative experiences. And it's already here. It's been here for a while. AI influencers have been here for quite some time. Lou de Magalu, she's very big in Brazil. One of the biggest, probably the biggest AI-generated influencer ever. And she's become the face, the embodiment, and everything that represents the brand. Now, whenever customers think of the retailer, they think of her. And I think we're going to see a lot of this happen. We're seeing it happen in many, many countries. I'll get onto it in a second. But first of all, AI-generated UGC is also here.
This is an example of Yepic's AI UGC content. I can promote any product you like.
The ability to have an avatar talk on behalf of your brand, present an idea, and not just as a static creative, but also as an interactive experience. You can now license the rights from a famous football player and have them speak to every fan. You can license the rights to a celebrity and have them not just be featured in your advert, but be the living, breathing advert that promotes and talks about your products. We're moving into a whole new world of creative possibilities. And it's not just in the advertising world. At the end of 2023, we did a campaign. It wasn't a campaign, it was a huge project with the government of Oman, with the Ministry of Interior for their Shura election campaign. They wanted everyone to feel included and like they were part of the election process. People's trust in elections globally is at all-time low. So it's really important that they gave the public the data and they were transparent about everything that was happening. And they used our technology to bring avatars to life to explain everything to everyone. Every 2 minutes, we were generating 400 videos, and you could click on any jurisdiction of the country, down to even village level, and you could find out what was happening in your region with interactive charts and graphs. And the project was so successful, the government of Oman is now rolling out its avatar technology with us to the whole country as part of a government services platform to allow people to access information in a personalized way. Back to the influencer idea, brands are often quite distant from people and they want to become distant. They want to become connected to the people they serve. Government's the same. The personification of government will become a big, big theme in the coming years. And then on top of this, real-time video generation is here now. These are video clips generated by LTX. It's an open source model that you can run on consumer-grade hardware at home. You can generate clips just like this for pennies in the cloud for free on your own hardware. It's here. And to prove the concept, using this open source technology, I spent 20 minutes making a short video yesterday to just demonstrate how easy it is for anyone to do this.
As I step onto this grand stage, the world is eager to hear about the potential of generative AI.
One more thing. I just gave it 2 sentences. I said, my name is Aaron Gerrans. I'm speaking at Leap Conference on the creative stage about this. Make a video that would be quite funny. That was all I gave it. And I iterated for like 10, 15 minutes after the first cut.
As I step onto this grand stage, the world is eager to hear about the potential of generative AI and its impact on the creative economy. Welcome to Leap 2025. I'm Aaron Jones, your AI host.
AI is going to cause trouble. Mark my words.
Suddenly, I find myself in a world dominated by AI, where creativity is no longer mine to control. With the help of a rogue AI, I must reclaim my voice and fight against the very technology I once embraced. Follow Aaron on LinkedIn to find out what happens next.
I'm gonna make a series now. I had so much fun making this video. And I kid you not, 20 minutes. Like you couldn't produce anything like this in days using normal creative workflows. And there are even better tools coming. This is a sample from a brand new model from ByteDance that's currently not open source, but I think it will be really soon. It's called OmniHuman. And this video clip is generated from using just one photo and an audio clip.
Number. Yeah, that's it. Then I step there. Thank you so much for choosing me. Such an amazing Yes, we know that in a room so full of light that all the light is missing. But I see you with me, with me.
We are living in the age of magic. All these things I told you about earlier are coming together to create something really, really incredible. You've got the ability to understand what someone is saying, any language. You've got the ability to see what someone is seeing anywhere in the world, and the ability to personify everything through an interface that people can connect with. This creative marvel that's happening is going to transform the way that we create, the way we interact, and the way we communicate ideas. And we've seen brands do this for a while. This is the campaign with Serena Williams about how her career has evolved over the last 30, 40 years. This was 2023. And then Coca-Cola's advert at Christmas, which caused quite a lot of controversy. Some people hated it, some people loved it. Quick show of hands, how many people have seen the advert? Okay, we're a few marketeers. At the end of the advert, I want you to tell me if you loved it or hated it.
Holidays are coming, something magic in the night. Can you see it shining bright? Always Coca-Cola. Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming.
Show of hands. Love? Okay, we have quite a few love hands. Not a fan of AI? Oh, we have a few of those too, okay. This was made in December before real-time video models came out using tools like Wrongway, Stable Diffusion, and Luma Labs, which take quite long to iterate. But now with all the new workflows that are coming that are faster and faster and are higher quality, we're going to see students making this quality in a weekend. We're going to see indie filmmakers storyboarding new ideas on a Friday and creating a film on Saturday and having a second cut the next day. Processes that would have taken a long time are going to be done in a fraction of the time. I used to work for MTV, and we used to spend such a long time on creative development for a show. Now you can generate ideas super, super fast, and it's going to change the way that everything is done. There's also a massive Gen AI shift in gaming. This here is a quick example of non-player characters that can generate a new conversation every time a different person plays the game. So it's never the same content, it's always fresh. Right now, this is programmed to be between NPCs. But what if the interaction was between the player and the non-player character? I don't know what to say.
Let's listen in as these two AI game characters have a generated conversation.
Nova, you ever get that uncanny feeling where like those AI constructs from the old sci-fi flicks? But nah, we're too quirky for that.
The cool thing is, the conversation's different every time.
Quirky is one word for it, Jin. I think we're just too real to be anything but flesh and blood. You're not wrong, Jin. Sometimes I wonder if we're all just part of some elaborate cybernetic dream. If we were AIs, I'd be the one cracking jokes about the singularity over a bowl of ramen.
If we were AIs, I'd be the one cracking a joke about AI. But it's going to create a whole new type of discussion. But there is a huge ethical dilemma. Today, creatives all around the world are employed to come up with ideas and to bring these to life. And I guess the ethical dilemma is who will control who. I showed you earlier an almost autonomous video that was generated about me giving a talk at LEET that took me 20 minutes to make. I also showed you an interaction which I had with an avatar that's powered by Yepit that it didn't require any creation, didn't require any scripting. It just required a personality to be programmed in the background. And anyone could create one of those really quickly. And as this process evolves, there's going to have to be a real question about the value of creativity and the methods in which we use to collaborate on creative projects, and whether or not we disclose whether it's AI generated or not, and whether that changes people's perception. And I'm really, really, really excited to see how this evolves. At the Epic, we have a human-first policy. All the actors that we work with get paid a license fee. We encourage actors to not sell us their license image in perpetuity. We encourage them to get paid a license fee for the life of their time on the platform. We think that's an ethical, fair way to remunerate people. It's the way the music industry was a long time ago. And it's a way for everyday people to benefit from the AI creative revolution that's taking place around us. We think that's very, very important. And also at Yapik, we don't scrape massive data. Almost all the data being used to train our video models is opt-in, open source, or paid for. We think that's also a very important thing. Because ultimately in the future, even if companies are getting away with scraping massive amounts of data today, like if people stop creating, where is the new data going to come from? We can't just recycle and regurgle the same stuff over and over again. There has to be human creators in the loop. So this is incredibly important to me personally as a CEO of Yapik and to many other people I know in the industry. And I really hope that everyone else keeps that in mind when they're leveraging AI, asking questions about data, the provenance of the data, and if people are being fairly remunerated, because that's very important. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with a funny cat video. And that's me. Thank you very much.